Hello and welcome back to Josh Oddie YouTube. Today we're going to go through a complete reset. A really amazing week last week in Switzerland. Played a bunch of golf. Didn't compete to the best standard in the tournament. A little bit disappointing. But you know, it is what it is. It's all experience. And it's all part of that process of getting better and getting to where we want to get to. Today we're just going to be in the sim, just resetting everything really, going back to not basics, but going through some of the swing changes that we were making and just resetting on that really. You know, when you're playing a bunch of golf, it's quite easy to fall back into old tendencies and old bad habits. And that's the problem with golf. You've just always got to stay on top of what you're doing. Otherwise, them old habits will just creep back in. So, yeah, we're going to go through some complete resets today. Probably show you a couple of drills that I kind of like to do when I'm back home and you know, reset it back to normal. Put it back to that neutral place. Yeah, go through a few drills. Hopefully you guys might pick up a couple of drills that you enjoy or like that you can take into your own games. But yeah, let's have a complete reset, go through some drills, and we'll go from there. Okay, so first things first, we're just going to run through a little bit of a warm-up. I'm going to do a drill to start off with that really helps me just keep everything connected and working together in the golf swing. I find that sometimes the body and the arms can get a little bit out of sync, and when the arms are beating the body, you might start to get that over the top move. You know, if the body's racing the arms, you know, the arms can fall behind. So straight off the rip, we're going to grab my albatross golf towel and just put it underneath my arms. I'm not even going to turn the simulator on for this, but just grab a lob wedge. And we're just going to simply go through some small pitch shots, just keeping everything connected. And this is a really, really good drill just to keep everything working at the same speed. And if we can get the body and arms turning synchronized, we're going to be in a pretty good position to hit good golf shots. So yeah, a really good drill that you can just start off with for all your practice sessions is just put that towel underneath your arms and just hit some little pitch shots out there, build the swing up, and it just gets everything moving at the same time. A really, really simple and easy drill. As I say, I grab my albatross golf towel and do this pretty much every time. Just get the body and the arms working together. Okay, so as you can see, I've got my phone behind me here. I'll try and put my phone at the same angle as my hands. So kind of at the same height and in line with my hands. So that's maybe a bit too far to the right there. Move it across, get it in a good position. We're just going to start off by filming a couple of swings and just seeing where we're at with the golf swing. Now, I'm a really, really big fan of filming the golf swing. Obviously, I produce golf content anyway, so it really helps. But also, how do you know where your golf swing's at? You know, you're swinging it potentially over 100 mile an hour. Unless you slow that down, you're never going to know truly where it's at. So let's film one and we'll analyze it together. Okay, so I'm going to put the video up on the screen. Hopefully I synchronize this to somewhat the same as what I'm saying. So as I take the club back here, it kind of matches a good position there with the hands on the way back. As we reach the top, that's a beautiful position there. Really, really happy with that. And then as the downswing starts, you should just start to see the club kind of come inside the hand line, which is where I want to be because I'm going to hit my draw ball flight. That's the shot I'm trying to hit. So the club's got to be inside the hands here, not outside. And this just allows me from here to turn onto the ball. If your club is outside, you've now got to do something funky with the body or move it into a position where you can, make a good contact. So everything's looking really good there. And I'm kind of working on, when I'm going to the top, I've got a feeling at the moment that when I get to here, I'm almost dropping the club to then turn onto the ball. I've got a tendency to almost turn over and the club gets out in front of me and over the top. So another thing as well, to touch on it briefly, is the left arm. All tendencies that I used to have from having a strong grip and holding the face off. There's just so many things that go into a golf swing, and each thing creates a reaction in the golf swing. So where I used to have a strong grip, the club face used to be very shut here. So if I was to just turn, that club and toe would almost go into the ground and the ball would go 45 degrees left. But what I did, because I was a good golfer, was compensate for that. So I would hold this face off, I'd side bend backwards to allow that to hit a straight golf shot. There'd be times where I'd fall and hold off too much, it would go high right. There'd be times where I almost release it too early, it would go quick left. It was like, a big window of golf shots. So it's all about understanding why you do the stuff in your golf swing. And that for me was that strong grip. I used to hold the face. A lot of bad things in there. So now I'm working on trying to get it into a more of a neutral place. And for me, I've kind of understood that I think if you're somewhere in between the two, if you're not too far away from either or, I think you can play good golf. And, you've got the likes of some super talented guys on tour that have their patterns with super strong grips, super weak grips. A strong left hand, a weak right hand, like Matt Fitzpatrick. They all do these certain things, but they've done it for years, so they've just mastered it and they keep doing it and doing it. But if I'm being super honest and critical with my own golf game, it wasn't good enough. So what do you have to do? You have to change it. There's no point rocking up each week just trying to do the same stuff if it's not working. So yeah, we've really tried to get it back to a pretty neutral position. And, that being with grip, setup, club face, everything. The release pattern is a lot more neutral now. So, yeah, the left arm for me used to get quite draggy this way, just a hold. Whereas now we almost want to feel like this left arm is quite straight at impact. We don't want none of this dragging motion to hold the face. So just all tendencies and bad habits that I used to have. But, we recognise it. We try to correct it in our golf swing and we move on from it. So I'll always be addressing that. I think I'll always be fighting them old tendencies that I used to do, but it's very good that I understand that, so that when I come back home I can just go into a reset mode, come in here and really just work on the things that I need to get my golf swing back to that neutral place. So I've just done probably half an hour, 45 minutes of repping that golf swing. Starting to get back to where I feel like it needs to be, but just takes time, man. It's so annoying that why can't the golf swing just be perfect? Why does it have to be so difficult? Yeah, it's frustrating, but we're on the journey. We're trying to get to as close as we can to perfect. So the journey continues, but now we're on GS Pro. I'll load up the sim and I'll go on to custom skills tests. And I love this test so much. I always do this pretty much every day. And, every day that I'm here anyway. It's 4 golf shots. The first one is around about a 140 shot. Second one's 145. Third and fourth are around about a 170 shot. So you got 4 golf shots in a row, and what it does, it gives you a total score for all 4 of them shots. I think I've explained that pretty well, but you're gonna understand it even better when it's right here. So 147 first shot. Now this one should be a good pitching wedge. So we're gonna run through this a couple of times and show you guys how good this practice tool is. 131. Joshua Oddie. Okay, boys, go! This one is going to be a rough score. So, ball number 1 there, that was a score at 720 out of 1,000 points on offer. So, it gives you a total score for each shot you hit. Okay, this one's like a 145 shot, so a big pitching wedge. Okay, that's not bad. Maybe a touch short. Go! Okay, getting better. We're getting better. So that one there was 848 points. That boosts the overall score to 784. Okay, now we're 180 yards away, but land at 170, it's pretty good. .176 and Tugosaurus Rex. Well, boys, we have got some room for improvement on attempt number 2. So 739 on that one. Overall score now 769. Okay, and that one's pretty naughty. This one's like the hardest shot out of them all. And what a golf shot that is. Stay there. Okay. 974 points on the final shot. Boost the overall score to 820. This hay fever's doing my nut in, man. Okay, so now we go attempt number 2. Let's see if we can beat 820. I'm looking for like the 900s. 900s, we're in a good place. So, first shot. Travel a little bit. Just a little bit. Okay, beautiful. In the green ring, that is what we are after. 932 points scored. So now this one is like a pitching wedge, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back slightly in the stance, close the face and just hit a little draw. Should add 5 yards to it. Go, go, go! Just leak this one a hair. It's a good shot, but just a little bit right. Didn't draw it enough. So that shot there was 838 points scored. Brings the overall total to 885. So, you know, it's so competitive, this. It's just great to get a number and score of, like, what you're doing. And, you know, this puts pressure on your practice. This is what I love about doing this in the sim, is that even though I'm in a simulator, I'm putting pressure on my practice. And I'm getting actual feedback to see where it's at. I'm not just hitting balls and going, yeah, that's better. You know, I can see it's better. No, I've actually got a number that tells me whether it's better or not. Okay, so 170 shot. Come on, baby. Oh, Joshua Oddie. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. We show it all, though. We show it all in the practice sessions and on this channel. We've got to be transparent. 719 scored. I'm actually going to show you guys something after this shot. Come on, just hit a good one. Oh, it's got to go. It's a beautiful line. It's just a hair short. Okay, not bad. 842, so we've improved, even though that third shot wasn't great. And, you know, we're still not absolutely perfect. That was an improvement on round 1. So, you know, you start to get feedback and an understanding of where you're at. Are you improving? Are you actually getting better? Okay, can we put 4 shots together? I'm just going to do something this round as well. So, I'm going to aim one finger to the right of the hole to allow for that draw shot that I've got going on. So, This gives me room to draw it into. And now I can stand here and hit my shape and not worry about overturning it left. Sit down, sit down, sit softly. Beautiful golf shot. And as you see there, I've got more room to turn that into, so I can just swing freer. I don't know why I don't do this every time. I should do, but just laziness, really. Come on, boy. Right. Come on, you've got to crunch this wedge. You've got to crunch it to get it there. Just hit a good wedge. Back in the stance. Come on, baby. Oh, left. 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 Oh, I just pushed it. Look, it didn't draw back, but we're good. We're looking good, baby. Come on. Come on now. Okay, and as you move further back, that one finger gets bigger and bigger. So, there we go. To the right. Come on then. Oh, that... That is just disgraceful. Disgraceful. Wow. Just absolutely diabolical. And as we spoke before, that is just that simple drag of that left arm. Not good enough, chat. And there's the counter reaction. Don't turn it enough, and it's just all over the gaff. So we have a round where we go backwards, assess the problem, what went wrong that round, you know, why are we hitting them shots, go back to the drawing board, one more attempt. And you know what, I'm going to be brutal with myself here. If I don't get over 900, we go back to the drawing board, we get back on the grind, back on the swing practice for another 45 minutes. Okay, that's a nice start, man. We're starting nice. Woohoo! That first wedge shot's looking naughty, isn't it? 973. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Come on. Come on. Pressure. Over 900. You got to get back on the grind. Ha! Just leaked it. It's hard to get that one there. Sit. Okay, nice. Not bad. Right, come on. Hit this golf shot. 907 total score. So, we're now putting pressure on ourselves, creating like an emotional feeling to this test. And, you know, it starts to get a little bit... There's a bit of pressure on this, you know? Come on. Got to hit a really good, got to hit a super good final shot here. One like super tight, 871. So we need, has to be in the green. Has to be. Okay, this is it. Otherwise we go back to the drawing board ways. Be good. Be good. Be good. Come on. No. It's close, wasn't it? 896. I mean, much better. And there's a pressure there, and gets the heart going. You know, there's something on it. Yeah, I love doing this test and practicing this kind of way because it puts something on it. There's actually a consequence. I'm not just stood here pounding balls away, and I'm getting real feedback to see, right, am I actually improving? 100% green in regs there. 0.25 strokes gained, and that's against PGA Tour. So, you know, it's just such good feedback. 4 shots, and it's not a big test, but I can run through that a couple of times a day, and it really gives me some unique feedback to see whether I am improving or you're just standing here ball bashing for the sake of it. So a really, really productive iron session there, and that skills test is just so good. Now we're on the driving range, and I know that this range from the fairway part is 60 yards wide. So this is my dispersion with driver. I will try to hit 5 balls with driver inside that dispersion, and if I complete that, I'm comfortable when I get out on the course, in the sim, even outdoors. I know if I've got 60 yards, we can just stand there and pound it, So let's see what we're like. Ball number 1 with the big stick. No warm-up, by the way. And there she is. 286 carry, straight down the centre, 5 yards offline. So a beautiful swing. And I've really I'm starting to actually trust driver again, which is such a good feeling, man. I didn't really have trust in the old one, the ping. It was just so far offline when I hit a bad one. But this crank, man, when you get it, it's just so good. And I'm just letting go there. I'm just swinging freely, which I really enjoy. 285 carry again, running over that 300 mark. Just perfect. Perfect. 2 slight right to left draws as well, which is bloody lovely. With driver, I'm just kind of feeling like I'm aiming straight, and I'm just ripping it, just hitting it hard. Another one. Furthest one, that 312, a little bit lower, but because the spin was low, a bit higher out the face, it just ran on further. So now, again, because I'm putting a consequence on this, as you start to get further in this test, ball number 4 and 5 become more pressure, because you're like, right, if I hit 2 more good shots, we complete the test. If you don't, you start again, You could be in here until midnight. Pounding it. $19 yards right to left. A bit more curvature on that. But we're still in our dispersion, I think driver gets really misunderstood to this club's meant to be hit hard, first off. And secondly, you need room to hit driver. Not many guys on PGA Tour would be hitting driver if it was 20 yards wide. They'd probably be hitting iron. And also as well, they have got 10,000 spectators searching for their ball. So, you're not probably going to lose it. When you're playing in your monthly medal and there's no one down there, different story, boys. Okay, so 3 out of 3. Job done. Down the fairway. That is what you want. So, 5 drives, all over 300 yards. You can see that my shot pattern is over on that left-hand side. We're hitting it right to left every time. This is just why I love the sim and just practicing in here. I was going to go to the course today, but for me, the golf course is kind of like a reward. It's not actually like I'm going to the golf course and gaining anything. I'm going to the course to play. I'm not actually going to practice, if that makes sense. In here, I'm actually getting better, and I'm getting data to know that I'm getting better. Okay, and now the flat stick. I haven't really got much room in the garden anymore because we've got a big shed. The blow up hot tub, 24,000 plant pots, 19 sunbeds. Mother certainly knows how to put on a display up here. She's got a sunbed for every different angle of the sun, I think. So yeah, but we can hit a couple of putts. Not that it's going to be much good, but just to get the stroke really, and just to see the ball rolling. Can do it in the sim as well, but I just actually prefer getting a bit of fresh air. You know, should get out of that box every so often. But it's more just set up and just stroke work really. I don't really need to be holing putts or on a pure green. It's just more going through the setup routine and getting in consistent places every time, and you can do that anywhere. You know, I could do that in the sim up against the, you know, hitting putts against the wall. But yeah, it's just nice to get a bit of fresh air, come out here, hit a couple of putts. There is a hole there, and this actually rolls. This green used to roll pure. It used to be like, so before the sim was there, I used to have a big putting green, net in the corner, and yeah, this is all artificial turf under here. This is just a turf we've plunged down because it looks a little bit better than the shorter stuff. But yeah, the green used to be so cool, man. It was like my whole evolution of the garden. It's been a putting green. It was a net, and we used to have a flight scope Mevo in there, all the way to building this super large shed, and having my own golf sim in there now. So it's crazy the journey that we've come on. But yeah, just nice to come out here and hit a couple of putts. And like I say, I'm just working on setup, doing this thing at the minute where I set myself in with two hands. I'm feeling like I get a better base like this, and then I'll keep the left hand where it is, right hand will go lower, and the thumb's actually on this circular bit at the bottom, and from there I'm building quite a nice setup. So it's getting better and better. And this putter, the Mez Max, a little bit bigger than the original Mez that I had, slightly heavier, but exact same length, exact same lie. And that's the beautiful thing about lab. Once you find your perfect length and lie angle, you know, you can just go through the models until you find that perfect one. So yeah, I keep with the Acra shafts, and 33 inches in length, 69-degree lie angle, and you know, all of my putters I just love so much. But this one, you know, when it came through, I was just like, yeah, this one's pretty nice. So that's been a reset. So that's the reset day complete. Some really productive stuff done there, and I hope you can all pick up maybe one or two things that you can take to work on your own game. Just because I've got the sim set up doesn't mean that you can do this practice anywhere else, you know. Even if you've got a driving range local to you, you know, you can still get some really valuable feedback off of the top tracer driving ranges. Even if you've got, just go on the course and actually get feedback, you know, go out late at night, put 3 balls down, hit them into the green, get some data, you know, how far was that 3 ball spread? Go on to the next hole, exact same yardage. Do that 2-3 times a night, go back the following week, work on your swing for some time, and then get some valuable feedback from there. I'm just very lucky and blessed to have this set up to actually physically see the numbers, but you can do this anywhere. You know, you don't have to have a sim set up or you know, a GC3 to do this, but it helps, you know. So that's why this stuff is so valuable for practice and getting better, and why it's got such a worth is because the feedback and data that I'm getting is very, very good and very, very valuable to improve my golf game. So I hope you all enjoyed that video. If you do want to see anything else on this channel, I might do a video tomorrow where we play 18 holes talking through the process again. I know that's gone down well on the channel prior, so I may get out early tomorrow morning. I might set my alarm and get out on the course, play 18, see where the game's at. But love to you all. I can't thank you all enough for the support that you give me every time on this channel. And yeah, like, subscribe. See you all for the next one. Oh, and if you do want any of this sick clothing, my golf clubs, the towel, accessories, I'm going to put my link tree down below, and you can see all of my partnerships in there. And if you do want any sneaky discount codes, send me a DM on Instagram and I'll be sure to shot that across to you. Thank you very much. See you all for the next one.